It's true. I'm sorry.
No! Don't come near me.
Okay. Okay. I didn't want to burden you with something like this. No! Don't! It's an accident!
No!
Let me explain!
No! Get off me! Get off me!
Gail, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. It's been a nightmare. If only I could turn back the clock. But I can't. I can't. Alan!
You say that. You say what you've just said and expect a shoulder to cry on. Then what do you expect?
I just wanted to understand.
How can I understand you? Stupid, stupid,
Let me
evil,
explain.
lying! She was a young mother, a whole life ahead.
It was an accident!
How could it be an accident? She was hit over the head with a crowbar.
She wasn't supposed to be there.
It was Emily you were after.
No.
My mum was right all along.
It was Aid. I wanted to get rid of Aid. The scumbag who nearly killed our daughter. That was the main thing, to get rid of him. Let's not wake the kids. We don't want to get them involved, do we?
No.
I've done a terrible thing. I know that. And you've every right to be angry. But please, before you do anything else, let me tell you what happened. Okay?
Okay.
I found out that Sarah was taking Aid food and drink from out of our fridge. After everything he'd done to her, she was still seeing him. I had to do something. Figured out those pills had knocked him right out. I put on his trainers, carved off his cap, and I made my way to the back of the peacocks. I left a couple of footprints in the garden. I forced my way into the house. But I swear to you, I never meant to kill anyone. You've got to believe that, Gail. I just meant to stage a robbery and leave enough evidence to get Aid out of our Sarah's life once and for all. And you'd have thanked me for that. When you were in that hospital and our Sarah was at death's door, you'd have done anything to see Aidan Critchley rot in jail, wouldn't you?
Yes. But that...
Any parent would. It's what he deserves. But Maxine, no one deserves that. But it was an accident, I swear. She came back unexpectedly. Emily woke up. I panicked. I lashed out. And I regret it to the day I die. But I just couldn't abide the idea of our Sarah being with Aidan Critchley. I wanted to protect her. You understand that, don't you? I just couldn't understand why she was still seeing him. Why she was attracted to scum like him.
She gets it off her mother.
You don't mean that.
Don't I?
I'm not scum.
You're a killer.
It was a mistake.
You meant it.
No.
You meant to kill Emily Bishop.
I didn't.
You knew she was there. If you wanted to stage a robbery, why didn't you just wait till she'd gone home, till everybody was asleep?
I needed an alibi.
To break into Maxine's house. No, you didn't. Who'd suspect you of that?
I don't know, but
You needed an alibi because you broke into that house to kill Emily Bishop. That was your intention all along. to kill an innocent old lady.
To get aid.
Because...
That was the intention.
With Emily dead, her house reverts to Keller Holdings. To me and you. Archie, Norris, they were right all along. They knew what you were up to, and I was too stupid to see it. Old people have died. We've inherited their property, and I thought nothing of it.
Anyone whose property we've inherited has died of natural causes.
We've got a brand new car, a big new house, and it's all paid for with blood money.
The riding's paid for it.
How did you get it, Richard?
You know how.
Did anybody die?
Mrs. Lawson did. You know how the business works. She died of cancer. What do you think I did? Force-feed her woodbines?
What about Dougie Ferguson?
What about him?
1 minute he's your business partner. You developing the place together. The next he's lying dead at the bottom of the stairs.
He fell.
And Patricia. Missing for months. And tonight, I find out this thing. Her bracelet. The thing you said she threw at you after an argument was actually found by Steve MacDonald. And where did he find it? At the building site.
Because that's where she threw it at me.
Liar! Where is she? Where is Patricia? What happened to Dougie? How many people have died because of those flats? Tell me the truth, Richard.
Those flats were cursed from day one. Mrs. Lawson died, like I told you, of natural causes. But then her son turned up, wanting his inheritance. I had nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to apologise for. When she signed that contract, she didn't have cancer. She had no intention of leaving that house to her son. She wanted to enjoy her retirement. So, she had a lump sum up front, and for the rest of her life, Kellett Holdings gave her a decent monthly income. And I don't care what the law says. Kellett Holdings had more right over that property than ever he did. And I knew I could really make something of it. I knew it could transform our life. So I arranged a bank loan and bought it off them.
You bought it off yourself, for your own company?
Got a good price for it, too.
None of this is legal, is it?
I'll tell you what is legal, Gail. For a son to let his mother die alone. For a son who couldn't be bothered to nurse his mother through a terrible illness to inherit her property after she was dead and buried. Now, that's not right, Gail. It may be legal, but it's not right. We deserve that property more than him, and I made sure we got it. But then, I got Dougie Ferguson involved. That was my big mistake. You warned me, but I didn't listen. He made a mess of the foundations, and he was stealing all the original fittings. All my problems go back to him.
So you killed him?
No, I swear. On our kids' lives. He fell. I saw it. I was there. But I didn't do it. We had an argument. He leaned on a banister. It collapsed on him. It was his own shoddy workmanship that killed him. But I saw him lying there. And I knew he'd taken me for a fool. And I knew he had money. A lot of money.
You robbed a dead man and left me to discover the body.
I hated myself for it. I couldn't sleep for weeks. But it wasn't too long before cracks started appearing in the walls. 45 grand that underpinning cost me. And then I found out about the bail hostel. That almost bankrupted us. And Dougie knew about it all along. He ended up costing me far more than I ever got back off him. And he deserved everything he got.
But you didn't kill him.
No.
What about Patricia? Did you kill her?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, Gail. You don't know what a vicious, spiteful cow she was. She hated to see me doing well. She hated to see me with a family I'd always wanted. She had a decent divorce settlement, but she wanted more. She wanted me to buy her out of Kellett Holdings, but I couldn't afford it. I'd only just heard about the underpinning. We had the wedding coming up and the honeymoon. I was under a lot of pressure. She kept on pushing, demanding money. Insulting you, threatening to expose the company, trying to blackmail me. She threatened our whole future. I had to stop her.
What did you do?
It wasn't planned or anything.
What did you do?
Hit her with a spade. She's buried in the foundations of the flats. That's why Steve MacDonald found the bracelet there. Must have slipped off during the struggle. It was heat of the moment stuff. It was done in anger. But I killed her. There's no getting away from that. And killing her made it easier to think about killing again.
I thought I knew you.
You do. You know every terrible detail now.
What am I gonna do?
Turn me in if you like. I won't stop you. There's the phone. But before you do, think about it. You and the kids will have to live with the stigma of this forever. You'll be alone. I'll be in prison. It won't bring Maxine back. And it won't help Ashley and his baby. So maybe the best thing is to keep it a secret. To protect David and Sarah and Bethany from it. It's all I ever wanted to do. Protect my family. To be everything my dad wasn't. Everything I've done is for you, Gail. I might be a killer, but I did it for you. I've killed for you, Gail. Would any man you've ever known do that? Did Brian or Martin love you that much? They didn't even love you enough to stay with you. They betrayed you. Like most men do. With their seedy little affairs. But I would never do that to you. If you live for 1,000 years, you'll never find anyone who loves you more than me. It's like that quote from my wedding speech. The one about our marriage being like a pair of scissors. Joined so we can be separated. Sometimes moving in opposite directions. But woe betide anyone who comes between us. You remember that? That's us. That's what this is all about. Some people got in our way. Threatened our future. I had to get rid of them. I'm not proud of it. But what's done is done. And it will never happen again.
Are you sure?
Positive. Because I've got all I ever wanted. All I need is for you to stand by me. If you can do that, you and me will be so special. We'll leave this tatty street behind. And we'll live happily ever after. So, it's up to you, Gail. This. Or that. You'll need some time to think about it. I understand that. I mean, it's a lot to take in. I'll put the kettle on.
I don't need time to think about it.
What are you going to do? Why?
All that claptrap about how much you love me. How you did it all for me.
It's true.
You tried to kill my mother.
I didn't.
She was right about Emily, right about Patricia. Why shouldn't she be right about you setting fire to our house?
I was with you that night.
I was asleep that night. You could have slipped out. I didn't believe for a second that you did, which is how you got your alibi. But you did, didn't you? Come on. Admit it. You messed with her mind and set fire to her house, didn't you?
Her mind was going anyway.
Well, you better get going, because I'm going to ring the police.
No! Don't be scared. Just let me explain.
There's nothing to explain. Do you think I can forgive what you've done? What you did to me, ma'am?
She's had her life.
Would you forgive someone who tried to kill your mother?
I would have thanked him in the end. You know how she suffered. You know what I went through. In the final year or so, it would have been a kindness.
So you were doing her a favour?
What's she got to look forward to?
She's 62.
And her best days are behind her, just like Emily Bishop's. And what lies ahead? Disease, illness, a slow, painful decline. You don't know what it's like, Gail. I've been there. I've seen it.
You're not just evil. You're sick. Do you know that?
Getting old these days. It's a nightmare. Pension system's at it. Care for the elderly's a joke. Too many old people, not enough young people to support them.
So you bump them off and steal their money?
I just put my family first, like every other animal on the planet. Natural instinct, Gail. Survival of the fittest.
What happens when you get old?
I wouldn't want to be a burden on my kids.
You've got no kids!
I like to think of them as mine.
Well, they're not!
I knew it was too good to last.
They never will be.
It's just a row. You heard what she said. You'll be good. She didn't mean it. She won't get better than him. Not at her age. What do you think they're arguing about? I don't know. I bet he's gone in the morning. Should we go down? No. They'll just send us back up. Leave him to it.
What a perfect father you are.
I try my best.
Oh, you'll never be like your father. What your family means to you.
It means everything to me.
Oh, yeah. You'll do anything for the kids. Literally anything. Yet you've got none of your own. Why's that?
Just the way things worked out.
Did they go the same way as Marion?
I never killed Marion. I would never harm a child.
Takes some explaining, Mr. Family Man. 3 wives, no children. And we never even discussed it properly, did we?
Well, our age.
No, I was pleased with it. I don't want any more. But you? Why wouldn't you?
Wasn't even on the agenda.
Never has been, has it?
Stop it, Gail.
It's not me you love. It never has been me. It's the ready-made family. And you love it because you can't make one of your own.
No! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You sounded like Patricia. Things she used to say. She blamed me because I didn't tell her before we got married. But I didn't know. I thought it was Marion's fault. We'd been trying for years. Then Mum got sick. But Marion wouldn't help. It was a baby she wanted to care for. Not a senile old pensioner. So she left me. But I didn't know it was my fault. Patricia wouldn't believe that. And she never forgave me. But you've got to. I love you. I love you so much. And I don't care what you say. I always will. And I would never do anything to hurt you. Or the kids. Ever.
What's going on?
You all right, Mum?
Please. Don't tell them.
Get off me.
Has he been hurting you?
I would never hurt your mother.
It's all right, love. I've just got a few things to sort out, that's all. Go to bed.
Are you sure?
Yes. Go on. And don't come down again.
Are you just saying this?
No. Go on.
You got school in the morning?
I'm dealing with it.
Well, keep the noise down then, because you're going to wake Bethany up at this rate.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Good night now.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
What for?
Not telling them.
They'll find out.
They don't need to.
I've made my decision.
You'll make them live with the stigma.
I'd rather they live with the stigma forever than live with you for another second.
Gail, I know I scared you just now. But you can trust me, I swear. No one else will ever get hurt. And now it's out in the open. There's no need for any more lies. I'll always be loyal to you.
Oh, yeah. You'll never have a seedy little affair. You might hit me in the face with a shovel.
No. Never.
You think your dad running off with another woman's a worse crime than clubbing someone to death? You're twisted. You're Norman Bates with a briefcase. And I don't want you living under the same roof as my family.
You're not in any danger.
How could I ever be sure of that?
I promise. Please, Gail. We can get through this.
Bankruptcy we could have got through. There's a million normal problems we could have got through. If you'd have been honest with me.
I was ashamed. I felt like a failure.
I could have lived with a failure. Wouldn't have mattered. I did love you, Richard. This. How can I live with this?
I can't live without you. If you're going to the police, I might as well be dead.
Suits me. Good riddance.
Don't say that. You don't mean that.
I do.
Please.
It's over.
I love you.
I hate you. I hate you! It's over.
I'm sorry.